Now, 4 migrant parents whose children were separated from them at the southern border during the Trump administration are now suing the government, saying the controversial policy traumatized their families. NBC News Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ainsley has been all over this story for us, and she joins us now. Hey, Julia, it's good to see you. So this lawsuit was filed in Arizona just yesterday. Tell us exactly what these families are suing over and what sort of damages they're seeking.
That's right. They're suing because they say that they were so traumatized that actually it's ended up with lasting trauma, both physically and mentally, on their families. In one case that we were able to speak to the mother, we learned about a little boy who was separated, and the mother could see him as he got onto the van, yelling from the cell with other mothers as they took her son away for 2 months and, in fact, misspelled his name, and he became lost in the system. These families say that as a result of this policy, which was intentional and caused and put in place in order to deter migrants from coming to the border, they suffered the consequences. As we know, and we've reported extensively on this since the beginning of the policy in 2018 and even the pilot program in 2017, this was a policy put in place by the Trump administration to prosecute everyone who crosses the border, even just illegally, as a misdemeanor, and put them into prosecution, which meant separating parents from their children. And there were no plans put in place by the Trump administration to try to track those families or reunite them. In fact, they really had to fight just to be reunited. Now those families are coming saying that they want to seek damages from the government, who, of course, is now the Biden administration, which has brought them into the spotlight for having to pay for the consequences of that Trump administration policy.
And Julia, you actually spoke with one of the plaintiffs in this case, a mother who was separated from her son for more than 2 months. What did she tell you about her experience, and what sort of action does she want to see now from the current administration, from the Biden administration?
That's right. She's going by the initials MSE, and she's cited in this lawsuit. She's one of the parties seeking damages. But yes, I had the opportunity to speak with her yesterday, and she's now living with both of her children in Austin, Texas. She's very thankful they're all together, but she says she just wants to be able to give her children a sense of security in life right now. She's working as a line cook. She doesn't have permanent status to be able to stay in the United States. They don't know what the next day will look like. And she says that they were separated for so long. She was actually told many times that her son would be put up for adoption. There were other families in the United States who couldn't have children, and that it would be a happy ending for all of them. Of course, that gave her agony. And right when she thought she was going to be deported, she was actually brought to another detention center in the United States, and her son was led into the room, and they were able to reunite, and she really hasn't been apart from him since. But she said the trauma lasted for him, that he doesn't talk a lot about what happened then, but very recently, or very soon after they were reunited, she discovered that he was withdrawn and actually began to cut himself. She's trying to seek mental health services for him to be able to come to terms with what he went through and to be able to repair their relationship.
Oh, Julia Ainsley, heartbreaking reporting, so important. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.